Hi friends, good morning, happy Sunday. Let me get situated here. I just finished my workout. I'm starting week 12 of 645, which is crazy how fast it's gone. This is just your little reminder that not everything is for you right now, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you are behind. It doesn't mean you're sucking. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It means that this is your journey, and it's gonna look and feel differently for all of us. And I think the most important thing to remember and to remind yourself of when your mean girl talk is going is that our journeys aren't linear. And sometimes sometimes you have to readjust even if it worked for you before. And that could be with your personal development, whatever books or podcasts you're listening to. It relates to your nutrition, like pivoting, making some tweaks, changing your mind, trying something new. And it also goes to your workouts, right? And your morning routines and being able to tweak it and to just be a work in progress and realign without attaching so much to the outcome. Because I know a lot of us, myself included, as I'm getting ready for this Mexico trip, my results aren't what I was hoping for. They aren't what I was really aiming for, even though really, mostly I am so on point. It's been real frustrating. And I could allow that to defeat me, but then I have to remind myself, just like I reminded a couple of you via text message this morning and over the last few days, that data is just data, okay? It doesn't paint the entire picture. It's really important to be doing the things like taking the pictures and taking your measurements and weighing and doing all these different things, but each of those individual things does not dictate whether or not you are winning, whether or not you are growing, whether or not you are next leveling your life. But it's easy to get caught up in that. Like, what happened? Once upon a time, my body looked this way, or these were my measurements, or this is what the scale said. But we're meant to be nonlinear, right? We're supposed to be growing and evolving and changing and all the things. So if you're feeling discouragement on this Sunday, I just want to be a little voice in your ear that reminds you that this journey is about you making a pivot. This journey is about you being a work in progress. This journey is about celebrating who you're becoming every single day, not the end goal, not who you become at the end of it, because we don't know who we're going to become at the end of it. We don't know what the results will look like at the end of it. We're living, breathing, imperfect people, and the magic comes from the growth along the way. So if you are in a negative self-talk space, well, we need to pivot that, okay? There's nothing magical. It's not a quick fix. It's not a snap of the fingers and all of a sudden you're going to think positive thoughts. It is intentionally layering these things in. It is maybe swapping out some music for personal development, listening to a podcast, listening to an audiobook, reading an audiobook. I've completely gotten away from my morning routine, and I can tell. And it's a slippery slope, right? You get up, you scroll, you plug into other things, and there's nothing wrong with that, but I also know I don't feel my best. And when I don't feel my best, the quickest, fastest pivot comes from the mindset work. It comes from listening to something that inspires me and reminds me of why I am who I am and why I'm doing the work that I'm doing and why it actually freaking matters, because we are not a number and it's about so much more than the pounds or the size. All that stuff is just data, okay? So who are you becoming? What work are you doing to next level your life? How are you falling in love with the journey today, not at the end of it? Those are the things I want you to think about today. And I want you to make some small pivots as we move into a fresh week. I don't want you to sell yourself some little lie about how you're going to wait until April to begin or you're going to wait until XYZ. No. Carla, on this morning's workout, she said something about how it's not about the workouts you do. It's about the workouts you choose to miss. It's about that slippery slope of talking yourself out of doing the thing because it's not perfect or because it doesn't all line up. So this morning, I always work out on Sundays. We still get on Zoom. It's usually kind of a later Zoom. If you ever want to participate, just let us know. Drop a comment in one of the groups or text and stuff. And I was just completing my workout and I had a child say, "Oh, hey, I need you to drive me here." It was so annoying. And I could have just packed it up. I could have been like, fine, forget it. I touched my journey. Some is better than none. Done is better than perfect, right? I could have been a drinker of my own Kool-Aid because these are the things I always say to you. But instead I was like, no. So I took her where I needed to take her. I hit pause on my workout and then I came right back and I jumped right in. That's the whole point of this. It's not about how perfect it is. It's not about how linear it is. It's not about how quickly you get from point A to point Z. It's about your decision to go pivot, to do the work, to be consistent, to stop talking yourself out of that next level version of yourself that you've told yourself that you want to be. But maybe after you tell yourself you want to be here, you come up with all the reasons, X, Y, Z, why it's not for you, or it's not for the season, or you don't have the money, or this and that. If it's a priority to you, you will figure out a way to make it happen. And this journey isn't one size fits all, and that's why I love it so much. It's changed my life. It has literally saved my life in multiple seasons. And some of you might roll your eyes, but some of you get that. Some of you get the need to have something you can control, the need to show up for something outside of yourself, and I'm super freaking grateful. So I'm packing my stuff. I'm going on this Mexico trip that I earned for helping you guys, for you choosing me to be your coach. So thank you for helping me go on this trip. I'm super excited. I hope that I create so much FOMO this next week that you have no other option but to say, you know what? Sign me up, let's do this thing, let's figure it out, let's be imperfect, because that's the most successful coaches are the ones who are the most imperfect, but the most committed to showing up to the journey, whatever that looks like. You don't have to have a certain body, you don't have to have a certain amount of followers, you don't have to have a certain vision for your life. It's just about knowing there's something bigger than you and knowing that you can make an impact. I make an impact. I know I make an impact. So anyway, where was I going with all this? I'm packing my stuff. I'm not feeling the best in my body. And one of you was texting me about your results. And I was like, wow, I need to slap this girl. And then I was like, oh, I am this girl. I'm having all these thoughts. And you know who I'm talking about. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh. But I totally get it. I have been in this mindset struggle of it's not enough and I should be doing better and why am I not getting these results, and feeling this frustration instead of choosing to collect the gratitude around the fact that I am lifting heavier and I am getting stronger and my mobility has gotten so much better and I'm working through this hip crap. There's so many different layers to this journey, and it's not just about the number and the size and the way that you look. Like, we get so caught up in that sexy stuff, but that's not the shit that actually freaking matters, okay? So tomorrow is a fresh start. It is a new beginning. Every single day is a fresh start and a new beginning, and it's an opportunity for you to do the work you keep saying you want to do. And I'm so freaking excited that I get to be on this journey with you, and we get to figure it out, and we get to be imperfect, and we get to mess up, and we get to be on programs that take us 5 weeks longer than we think they should, but it's our freaking journey. So as you move into this next week, I want you to, number one, figure out what are some small pivots that you can make. What is something that you've been doing that's not serving you? Maybe it's sleeping with your phone in your bedroom and getting on it first thing and scrolling. Maybe it is staying up too late. Maybe it is the sneaky snack at the end of the day. Like, maybe you just need to implement a dinner and done. That's a 2B mindset principle, right? Like, you eat your dinner and then you're done, and you declare it out loud, which sounds super hokey, but I've actually been doing it. I'll say to my family, okay, I'm dinner and done, and setting that expectation, like telling them, it just seems easier to not snack, and that's always kind of been my weakness. So that's something I've been layering in. Maybe that's something that you can try. Where are you at with your personal development? We're gonna have a couple pivots in April. I'm gonna talk about them here in a few minutes, and I'm super excited about it. But I think some of you hear me talk about the importance of the mindset work, and maybe you roll your eyes, or maybe you just counter, or you think, I'm good, I got this. But no, you're not, and you don't. None of us do. We're all works in progress. No matter where you're at in your journey, we can always be a happier, healthier, more healed version of ourselves. And that's the point of personal development. And it's totally personal. So I can give you some recommendations. In fact, we have a big old Google Doc with a bunch of my favorite personal development recommendations, books, podcasts, all that stuff. I'm going to be sharing the April resources here shortly. And they'll have a podcast calendar. But the deal is, it's personal, and only you know what you need. Maybe you need to work through some heart stuff with your mom. Maybe you need to work through some financial stuff. Maybe you need to work through some marriage shit. Maybe you need to work on your self-belief or your hormones. Like, all of that is worthy of doing. And I think that sometimes we're like, well, I can't really focus on this right now. Like, I only have 5 minutes of time. I'm super busy, Sarah. Yeah, but your 5 minutes adds up. It adds up. So why would you not choose to layer it in? And maybe you have to make a deal with yourself because you're like, this sounds so unfun and so unsexy, and I really don't want to do this, #IRoll. But maybe you say, all right, success leaves clues. If you knew who I was freaking 9 years ago, we wouldn't be here. You wouldn't want to be talking to me. I wouldn't even want to talk with me. I wouldn't even in the same circle with myself because of the amount of growth I've done. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to shine a light for you. I have so much more healing and work to do, but I get now that it's not an obligation. It's not a have to. It's not a, ugh, I'm so messed up. It's a, I get to. And that mindset switch came from all those years of layering in 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, listening to something in the car or while I'm on a walk or while I'm doing dishes. And it's making the mindset piece a non-negotiable. And moving forward, it's gonna be a non-negotiable. I'm so excited. This group will stay forever and ever, amen. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you get what you need from it. This has never been a one-size-fits-all, you have to do this in order to participate journey, but I want more. I want more for me, and I want more for you. For those of you who say you want to change your life, and you want to feel good, and you want to feel proud, and you want to become that next level version of yourself, doing what we've been doing isn't working. It's not working. I'm not seeing enough of you rocking your freaking lives, which makes me kind of sad. So it's time to do something different. This group will carry on as it has forever and ever. Maybe there'll be a little less stuff in here, but it's always a space for you to plug in as you need to take what you need, right? Starting in April, I'm opening a private BOD group. And this is a BOD group that has expectations, meaning I will tell you what the expectations are, and if you do not choose to meet them, you will be removed. This group will start fresh every single month on the start of a super block, so that'll be the first Monday of every single month. We will start a brand new clean slate group. You have to apply to get in, and you have to make a fresh commitment, which is super cool because that means the past is in the past and you get to reinvent your journey. You get to go all in, you get to realign and recommit and change your mind and do all the things that create growth and actual freaking momentum to get you results. So we're starting April 3rd, and this is an exclusive group. You could do 21 Day Fix with me, or you can do something else, okay? The workout piece is really what you need because we're all in different seasons, and I'm never gonna run a group where we're all doing the same thing. But to be in this group, you have to be engaged. You have to share your accountability, and I know that's super scary, but I also know that when you share your accountability, when you get in the middle of the bed, when you no longer keep this as a secret squirrel, oh, shh, I'm just gonna tell Sarah. When you start to be loud about this is my journey and this is how it wasn't perfect, or this is how I won today and this is what I'm proud of and this is what my struggle is. When you start to share that, you get momentum. You start to build your belief. You start to see a different level of results. And I know because I've done my journey both ways. I was in my coach's group and she said, you have to show up. You have to log your shake. You have to share your workout. You have to do some personal development. And I know how much different the trajectory of that journey felt like, how it felt like, and the results that that brought me versus just being quiet, a lurker. And I've attracted a whole lot of introverts. Hi, I see you. I am you. I was you once upon a time, but I know from personal experience, from myself and from so many of you, that when you get in the middle of the bed and you start to share your journey, something magical freaking happens. So to get in this exclusive group, you've got to be committed to a workout, okay? You're going to print your calendar. You're going to freaking show up. You are not going to be tracking the workouts you do. You're going to track the workouts you don't do because it paints a picture. It paints a picture of your lack of belief and your willingness to quit on yourself. And you're so much better than that. So when I say missing a workout, I'm talking about not like an entire workout. I'm saying you're not holding space for yourself on the days that you promised to do so. We're gonna do that. We're gonna go all in with our workouts, right? We're gonna focus on our nutrition. We're gonna look freaking alive. You're gonna have opportunities to get on coaching calls with me, and we're gonna kind of dig in. But the thing I'm most excited about is every single month you will be required to choose a book or a podcast or a theme, something where you're working on your mindset. This group is all about personal responsibility and leveling up your life and doing the work that's scary as shit, but will absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, change your entire freaking journey. I want you to win. I don't care what your number or size is. I don't care how many pounds you lose. I want you to feel freaking proud. I want you to feel freaking brave. I want you to be harder to kill. I want you to get to the end of it and be like, I did something I never believed I could do. I'm super excited for that. I need that for my own accountability. And I'm tired of this being the Sarah show where I just talk at you and we, oh, yay, high five, kumbaya. No, I want you to get in the middle of the bed. I want you to show up for me so that we can become better versions of ourselves. And when I say a better version, this has nothing to do with the bank account, with the number, with the size, with the way you look, with how quickly or perfectly your journey unfolds. This is about you leveling up your life. You become who you surround yourself with. So if you're not happy with who you are, then get in the middle of the bed. Plug into a space that forces you to do the work. Force yourself to do the work and remind yourself that that's an opportunity for growth. And that's freaking rad. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It doesn't mean that you need to fix yourself. It means you are willing to do the uncomfortable freaking stuff. All right? So if you want in that group, let me know. I'm really excited about it. I've been thinking about it. I've been chewing on it. I've had this group for freaking 9 years now. And some coaches do like every single month we start a fresh group. And that always felt like kind of overwhelming to me, like to start a whole fresh space, and felt like a lot of busy work. But I also want something different. And to start something different, sometimes you have to burn it all to the ground. So wherever you're at, I see you. I'm appreciating you. I'm grateful for you. And I want you to believe in yourself for half of a heartbeat and do the next level thing that you need to do. If you need help freaking making a plan, then let's do this. Let's make a plan. But don't say it doesn't work if you're not willing to do the work, if you're not willing to get in the bed, if you're not willing to edit your nutrition, if you're not willing to try a new program, if you're not willing to use the supplements you ordered. I can't do the work for you as much as I would freaking love to. In fact, some days it feels hard to do my own work, but I know how good I feel on the days I choose to show up. And thinking in terms of, it's not about the workouts you do, it's about the workouts you don't do. That was such an epiphany today. So it's not about working ourselves to death. It's not about becoming this like maniac 75 harder. It's about you prioritizing your belief and your work and your action where your words are? Sure, something like that, okay? So if you want the 411, I'm super excited about this group. It's gonna be super rad. I'll be in my inbox later today. If you need the 21-day fix, let's do it. Come get in the group with me. If your Beachbody on Demand is renewing soon, you can do an upgrade. That's how I did it. I canceled my BOD and I got a brand new pack. Instead of paying $179, I paid $199, and I got 20 servings of Shakeology and 20 servings of Energize, plus my 21-day fix block, plus an entire year of BOD. And I'm still waiting on that to come. So when it comes, I'll show you what comes in the new pack because they've just redone it. But anyways, this is your journey, and I'm happy to meet you wherever you're at. And if you need to keep chugging along and taking the slow route, that's okay too. I don't want you to feel like, oh no, there's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with you. You're exactly where you need to be. But if you are not happy with your own personal progress, it's time to take some massive personal responsibility and do the thing and get uncomfortable and be okay failing and be okay with it being imperfect, but also being so freaking proud of where you are on the journey.